Class 12th, Subject Physics, 14th chapter, Dual Nature of Radiation and Matter. Dual Nature of Radiation and Matter. From this chapter, let us see the numericals from exercise. Numericals from exercise. Let us see numerical number 7, which is stated as what will be the energy of each photon in monochromatic light of frequency 5 into 10 raised to 14 Hertz. So for this numerical, given data is frequency nu equal to 5 into 10 raised to 14 Hertz. Planck's constant h is equal to 6.63 into 10 raised to minus 34 Joule second. Then 1 electron volt equal to 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 joule, and we have to find out energy of each photon E. We know that energy of each photon, that is energy possessed by each photon, will be given by the formula E is equal to h nu. Putting the values, we will get 6.63 into 10 raised to minus 34 into 5 into 10 raised to 14. Which comes out to be 3.315 into 10 raised to minus 19 joule. So this is the energy of each photon in terms of joule. Now it can be converted into electron volt as E is equal to 3.315 into 10 raised to minus 19 divided by 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19. This 10 raised to minus 19, 10 raised to minus 19 will get cancelled, and ratio of these two comes out to be 2.072 electron volt. So this will be the energy possessed by each photon in terms of electron volt. Now let us go for next numerical, that is numerical number 8, which is stated as observations from an experiment on photoelectric effect for the stopping potential by varying the incident frequency were plotted. The slope of the linear curve was found to be approximately 4.1 into 10 raised to minus 15 volt second, given that we have given one condition that the charge of an electron is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb, and find the value of Planck's constant h. And therefore, the given data for this numerical is slope of the curve is equal to h by E, which is given as 4.1 into 10 raised to minus 15 volt second. Then charge on electron E is equal to 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb, and we have to find out Planck's constant h. Now we have the relation related with the stopping potential, that is phi 0 E equal to h nu minus h nu 0. Phi 0 E equal to h nu minus h nu 0, and therefore phi 0 will be equal to h by E into nu minus h by E into nu 0. And therefore the slope is h by E, and therefore h will be equal to E into slope, and therefore Planck's constant h will be equal to slope into E, slope into E. Therefore putting the values, we will get h is equal to 4.1 into 10 raised to minus 15 into 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19. This product comes out to be 6.56 into 10 raised to minus 34 joule second. 6.56 into 10 raised to minus 34 joule second, which is the value of Planck's constant, that is 6.56 into 10 raised to minus 34 joule second. Then let us go for next numerical, that is numerical number 9, which is stated as the threshold wavelength of tungsten is 2.76 into 10 raised to minus 5 centimeter. Then A, explain why no photoelectrons are emitted when the wavelength is more than 2.76 into 10 raised to minus 5 centimeter. B, what will be the maximum kinetic energy of electrons ejected in each of the following cases. First one, if ultraviolet radiation of wavelength lambda equal to 1.80 into 10 raised to minus 5 centimeter, and second, radiation of frequency 4 into 10 raised to 15 hertz is made to incident on the tungsten source. So in this numerical, the given data is threshold wavelength lambda 0 equal to 2.76 into 10 raised to minus 5 centimeter for tungsten. That will be written as 2.76 into 10 raised to minus 7 meter. Then for ultraviolet radiation, wavelength lambda is given 1.80 into 10 raised to minus 5 centimeter, which will be written as 1.80 into 10 raised to minus 7 meter. Then frequency nu 0 or nu is equal to 4 into 10 raised to 15 hertz. This is the frequency of ultraviolet radiation, nu equal to 4 into 10 raised to 15 hertz. Then Planck's constant h is equal to 6.63 into 10 raised to minus 34 joules second. Velocity of light c is equal to 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. And we have to explain the emission of electrons, that is why there will be no emission of the electrons, and afterwards we will have to find out kinetic energy, that is maximum kinetic energy Ke max for both cases. Therefore let us see A, why there will be no emission of photoelectrons. That reason we have to state here. And therefore for lambda greater than lambda 0, that is if wavelength is greater than threshold wavelength, at that time the frequency will be less than threshold frequency, that is nu is less than nu 0. And we know that if nu is less than nu 0, there is no emission of the photoelectrons, and therefore we can write h nu is less than h nu 0. And hence, as there is, if wavelength is greater than threshold wavelength, that means more than 2.76 into 10 raised to minus 5 centimeter, at that time the corresponding frequency will be less than the threshold frequency, and hence no photoelectrons are emitted. In this case, no photoelectrons will be emitted. Then let us see B, that is maximum kinetic energy in the first case, which is related with wavelength 1.80 into 10 raised to minus 5 centimeter, and therefore related to wavelength, the maximum kinetic energy Ke max is given as hc into 1 by lambda minus 1 by lambda 0. Then putting the values, we will get Ke max equal to 6.63 into 10 raised to minus 34 into 3 into 10 raised to 8 into 2.76 into 10 raised to minus 7, and this 1.80 into 10 raised to minus 7 will be written here as 10 raised to 7 upon 1.80 minus 10 raised to 7 upon 2.76, because it is 1 upon 1.80 into 10 raised to minus 7. Therefore it will be written as 10 raised to 7 upon 1.80. Similarly here it will be 2.76 into 10 raised to minus 7. It will be written as 10 raised to 7 upon 2.76. Solving this, we will get 6.63 into 10 raised to minus 19 into 0.5555 minus 0.3623, which comes out to be 1.281 into 10 raised to minus 19 joule. 1.281 into 10 raised to minus 19 joule, further which will be converted into electron volt as 1.281 into 10 raised to minus 19 upon 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19, which comes out to be 0.8006 electron volt. 0.8006 electron volt. This will be the maximum kinetic energy in the first case. Now let us go for second case, that is C. Again, maximum kinetic energy in terms of frequency will be given as h nu minus h nu 0. h nu minus h nu 0, which will be written as h nu minus hc by lambda 0, h nu minus hc by lambda 0. Putting the values, we will get Ke max equal to 6.63 into 10 raised to minus 34 into 4 into 10 raised to 15 minus 6.63 into 10 raised to minus 34 into 3 into 10 raised to 8 divided by 2.76 into 10 raised to minus 7. Calculating this, we will get 26.52 into 10 raised to minus 19 minus 7.207 into 10 raised to minus 19, which comes out to be 19.313 into 10 raised to minus 19 joule. It will be converted into electron volt as 19.313 into 10 raised to minus 19 upon 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19, which comes out to be 12.07 electron volt. 12.07 electron volt, which is the required maximum kinetic energy. Then we will go for next numerical, that is numerical number 10, which is given as the photocurrent recorded in the microammeter in an experimental setup of photoelectric effect vanishes when the reading, that is reading of that retarding potential, is more than 0.8 volt. That retarding potential will be more than 0.8 volt if the wavelength of incident radiation is 4950 angstrom unit. If the source of incident radiation is changed, then the stopping potential turns out to be 1.2 volt. Find the work function of the cathode material and the wavelength of the second source. So that in this numerical number 10, the given data is first stopping potential V0 for first source is 0.8 volt. Then first wavelength lambda 1 is equal to 4950 angstrom unit, which will be written as 4.950 into 10 raised to minus 7 meter. Then for second source, stopping potential V0 dash equal to 1.2 volt. Planck's constant H is equal to 6.63 into 10 raised to minus 34 joule second. Then velocity of light c is equal to 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. 1 electron volt is equal to 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 joule. And we have to find out work function phi and wavelength for second source lambda 2. Let us see work function. So in the solution, we can write work function phi is equal to hc upon lambda 1 minus phi0 e. hc upon lambda 1 minus phi0 e. Putting the values, we will get phi equal to 6.63 into 10 raised to minus 34 into 3 into 10 raised to 8 divided by 4.950 into 10 raised to minus 7 minus 0.8 into 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19. Solving this, we will get phi equal to 4.018 into 10 raised to minus 19 minus 1.28 into 10 raised to minus 19, which comes out to be 2.738 into 10 raised to minus 19 joule. 2.738 into 10 raised to minus 19 joule, which will be converted into electron volt as phi is equal to 2.738 into 10 raised to minus 19 upon 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19, which comes out to be 1.711 electron volt, which will be the required work function. And now let us see second term, that is wavelength of second source, that is lambda 2. Wavelength of second source lambda 2 will be given as lambda 2 equal to hc upon phi0 dash e plus phi. hc upon phi0 dash e plus phi. Putting the values, we will get 6.63 into 10 raised to minus 34 into 3 into 10 raised to 8 divided by 1.2 into 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 plus 2.738 into 10 raised to minus 19. Then simplifying this, we will get lambda 2 equal to 19.89 into 10 raised to minus 19 divided by 4.658 into 10 raised to minus 19, which will be written as 4.270 into 10 raised to minus 7 meter. 4.270 into 10 raised to minus 7 meter, and therefore lambda 2 will be equal to 4270 angstrom unit. So 4270 angstrom unit will be the wavelength of this second source. Then we will go for next numerical, that is numerical number 11, which is given as numerical number 11. Radiation of wavelength 4500 angstrom unit is incident on a metal having work function 2 electron volt. Due to the presence of magnetic field B, the most energetic photoelectrons emitted in a direction perpendicular to the field move along a circular path of radius 20 cm. What is the value of the magnetic field B? So for this numerical number 11, given data is lambda is equal to 4500 angstrom unit, which will be converted into meter as 4500 into 10 raised to minus 10, which comes out to be 4.5 into 10 raised to minus 7 meter. Then work function phi is equal to 2 electron volt, that will be equal to 2 into 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 in terms of joule, which comes out to be 3.2 into 10 raised to minus 19 joule. Then H is equal to 6.63 into 10 raised to minus 34 joule second, that is Planck's constant. Then velocity of light c is equal to 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. Then radius of circular path r is equal to 20 centimeter, equal to 0.2 meter. Charge on electron E is equal to 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. Then mass of the particle m is equal to 9.1 into 10 raised to minus 31 kilogram, that is mass of that electron. And then we have to find out at last magnetic field B. We have the relation for maximum kinetic energy, that is half m phi max square. Half m phi max square is equal to Ke max, that is maximum kinetic energy, equal to hc by lambda minus phi, hc by lambda minus phi. And therefore half m phi max square will be written as 6.63 into 10 raised to minus 34 into 3 into 10 raised to 8 divided by 4.5 into 10 raised to minus 7 minus 3.2 into 10 raised to minus 90. Simplifying this, we will get half m v max square equal to 1.22 into 10 raised to minus 19 joule. So this will be the maximum kinetic energy, that is half m v max square. And therefore as half m v max square equal to 1.22 into 10 raised to minus 19 joule, therefore we can write phi max equal to square root of 2 Ke max upon m, square root of 2 Ke max upon m, because Ke max equal to half m phi max square. Therefore phi max square will be equal to 2 Ke max upon m, and therefore square root of phi max square, that is phi max, will be equal to square root of 2 Ke max upon m. Putting the values, we will get square root of 2 into 1.22 into 10 raised to minus 19 upon 9.1 into 10 raised to minus 31. Simplifying this, we will get phi max equal to 5.178 into 10 raised to 5 meter per second. 5.178 into 10 raised to 5 meter per second. Now that electron is moving or traveling along the circular path, and therefore as it is performing circular motion, therefore it must be acted upon by the centripetal force, and that centripetal force will be provided by the magnetic force, and therefore now centripetal force will be equal to magnetic force. Centripetal force will be equal to magnetic force, and therefore we can write centripetal force, that is half m phi max square, that is m phi max square, not half, it will be m phi max square upon r, as centripetal force is mv square upon r, therefore it is m phi max square upon r equal to magnetic force is be phi, that is be phi max, be phi max. 1 phi max will get cancelled with 1 phi max from the square, and therefore we can write b is equal to m phi max upon re. B is equal to m phi max upon re. Putting the values, we will get b equal to 9.1 into 10 raised to minus 31 into 5.178 into 10 raised to 5 upon 0.2 into 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 90. Then simplifying this, we will get 1.472 into 10 raised to minus 5 Tesla, 1.472 into 10 raised to minus 5 Tesla, which is the required magnetic field.